The space station moved slowly through the dark, like it was tired of traveling. Lights glowed soft inside its long metal halls. Humans and aliens lived there together, but never truly together. They passed each other every day, shared air and walls, but not trust. On the lowest maintenance level, a human man finished his shift late. His hands were rough from work, his back hurt, and his eyes looked older than his years. He was a single father, and life had not been kind to him. Still, he worked quietly and never complained. Today was his birthday. He did not talk about it at work. No one asked. No one remembered. In his small living unit, his child waited. The child had used saved food credits to prepare a simple dinner. A small plate, a warm drink, and one thin candle stood on the table. There was also a folded card with uneven writing and a messy drawing. It said "Happy Birthday" in big letters. Before leaving for work, the man had smiled and said he would be back soon. He promised they would eat together. The child believed him. As he walked home through the main corridor, the station felt quieter than usual. Most people were already inside their homes. A low alarm sounded far below, coming from the alien sector. It was not loud. It was not urgent. People heard it and kept walking. Some even rolled their eyes. Alarms in that sector happened often. Alien problems stayed alien problems. The man slowed his steps. He checked the time. He was already late. The candle would be burning soon. He told himself to keep walking. His child was waiting. Birthdays only came once a year. Then he heard something else, a sound that did not belong to machines or alarms. It was crying, soft, weak, and broken. He stopped. The sound came from a side corridor, dark and unused. Most people avoided that path. It led deeper into the alien housing zone. For a moment, he stood still. He thought about the dinner table, about the card, about the promise he made. The crying continued. It was not loud, but it was desperate. He stepped closer. The lights flickered. Inside the corridor, he saw an alien woman sitting on the floor. Her skin was pale blue, her hands shaking. She held a small alien child in her arms. The child was breathing fast and uneven. Its eyes were half closed. Its body felt weak. The woman looked up when she saw him. Fear filled her eyes, not hope. She had learned not to expect help from humans. She spoke in broken station language. Her words were mixed and unclear. She pointed toward a medical terminal nearby. The man followed her hand. The screen was red. Access denied. Insufficient credits. Medical drones hovered nearby, but did nothing. Rules were rules. No credits meant no care. The man felt his chest tighten. He knew this system well. He helped repair it many times. He also knew it did not care who lived or died. The alien woman shook her head. She did not understand the system. She only understood that her child was getting worse. The man checked the time again. The candle would be lit now. His child would be looking at the door. He closed his eyes for 1 second. Then he turned back toward the corridor. He knelt beside them, spoke calmly, used simple gestures. He tried the terminal, bypassed one lock, then another. The drones noticed. A soft warning tone echoed. At that moment, if you are enjoying this kind of human-focused sci-fi story, please gently consider subscribing to the channel for more stories like this. The child suddenly coughed. Its body shook. The alien mother cried out. The man worked faster. He lifted the child carefully, used his jacket to keep it warm. A sharp sound cut through the corridor. Security drones activated. Red lights flashed. A message appeared in the air. Unauthorized assistance detected. Rule violation confirmed. The man's ID glowed red. Doors at both ends of the corridor locked shut. The alien mother looked around in panic. The man stood between her and the drones, holding the child. The station had noticed him now. And somewhere far above, systems began to record his choice. The red lights stayed bright as the corridor filled with the sound of moving machines. Security drones hovered closer, scanning the man from head to toe. A sharp voice came from a speaker above, demanding identification and reason for violation. The man spoke slowly and clearly. He explained the child was sick. He said the mother did not have access. He said the child needed help now. The answer came back cold and flat. Unauthorized assistance is a punishable act. Alien medical access requires verified credits. Step away immediately. The alien mother trembled. Her arms tightened around her child. She had heard these words before. Different voices, same meaning. She expected the man to step back. Expected him to leave her like the others did. That was how it always ended. The man did not move. Instead, he shifted the child more carefully in his arms. He checked the child's breathing. It was getting worse. He looked at the medical terminal again. He knew the system well. He helped repair it after failures. He knew where the locks were hidden. The drones warned him again. He ignored them. His fingers moved fast over the panel. He bypassed one lock, then another. The corridor lights flickered. The system did not like being challenged. The alien mother watched in silence. Fear and confusion mixed on her face. She did not understand what he was doing. She only saw that he stayed. The drones moved closer. Mechanical arms unfolded. Not weapons, but restraints. The man lifted the child fully into his arms. He stood up slowly. He turned his body slightly, shielding the child. He told the mother to follow him. His voice stayed calm, as if this was a normal thing. They moved through the corridor as alarms echoed. Other people watched from doorways. Some stared. Some turned away. No one stepped forward. No one spoke. They reached the medical wing. Bright lights, clean floors, quiet air. The place smelled of chemicals and cold metal. A station doctor approached. Human, wearing a clean uniform. He glanced at the alien child, then looked back at his screen. Not priority, the doctor said. Alien classification, non-emergency by station code. The alien mother cried out. Her voice cracked. She begged in broken words. The doctor did not look at her. Rules are rules, he said. The man felt anger rise in his chest, but he kept his voice steady. He placed the child gently on the bed himself. He pulled out his credit band, transferred everything he had. The screen showed low balance remaining. Still not enough, the doctor said. The man hesitated, then reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small item, wrapped carefully in cloth. It was a simple gift, something he had bought for his child's birthday, saved for weeks to afford it. He placed it on the counter. Sell this, he said. Use it. The doctor paused. He looked at the item, then at the child. Fine, he said. One attempt only. Medical machines moved into place. Scanners lowered. Lights changed color. The alien mother stood frozen. She watched the man more than the machines. She did not understand why he did this. Human medicine entered the child's system slowly. At first, nothing happened. Then the monitors reacted. Lines jumped. Numbers climbed too fast. The machine alarms changed tone. High-energy reaction detected. Unknown biological response. The doctor stepped back. This should not happen, he said. The alien child's body glowed faintly. Not bright, but noticeable. The air around the bed felt heavy. The alien mother screamed. The man grabbed the side of the bed. His heart raced. The monitors spiked higher. Systems struggled to keep up. The station AI began recording everything. Warning signals spread beyond the room. Data transmitted upward, marked as unusual biological event. The doctor stared at the screens, his face pale now. What did you bring in here? He whispered, and far beyond the station walls, something unseen took notice. The medical room filled with sharp sounds and flashing lights. Doctors moved quickly, speaking over each other. Their calm training broke under fear. The monitors showed numbers climbing too fast. Energy levels spiked beyond safe limits. One doctor whispered that the child's heart might fail. The alien mother cried softly. Her knees shook as she held onto the edge of the bed. She believed this moment was the end. The lead doctor shook his head. Human medicine is killing it, he said. We do not understand this biology. The man stood still beside the bed. His hands rested flat on the metal surface. He watched the monitors closely. He did not panic. He remembered his training. Machines reacted to patterns. Bodies followed rules. The alien mother suddenly spoke, her voice low and shaking. She asked the doctors to stop. They ignored her. Too focused on the screens. Too focused on failure. She raised her voice. Tears ran down her face. She said they were doing it wrong. The room fell quiet. Everyone turned toward her. She spoke slowly, choosing her words. Her species was rare, very rare. They did not appear often in records, because they avoided stations like this, avoided all major worlds. She said their blood was not just blood. It carried energy patterns, living signals, passed down through generations. Long ago, her people were connected to something ancient, not a machine, not a weapon, a living network older than most stars, a presence that listened, a presence that remembered. The doctors exchanged nervous looks. One laughed softly, calling it superstition. The man did not laugh. He watched the child's breathing. He watched how the glow changed with each breath. He asked a simple question. What happens when a child is calm? The alien mother looked surprised. She said the glow faded. The energy slowed. The man nodded. He asked another question. What happens when the child is afraid? The alien mother lowered her head. It grows stronger, she said. Uncontrolled. The man looked at the monitors again. Human medicine was increasing stress. Stress was feeding the energy reaction. He spoke to the doctors calmly. Lower the dosage, he said. Slow it down. The lead doctor refused. Protocol demanded full treatment. Stopping now could kill the child. The man pointed to the data. He explained the pattern. The more they forced the medicine, the worse it became. Reluctantly, the doctor adjusted the settings. The flow slowed. The machines quieted slightly. The alien mother placed her hand gently on the child's head. She whispered in her native language, soft and rhythmic. The glow faded a little. The monitor steadied. The room held its breath. The man suggested shielding the bed, reducing external signals, letting the body stabilize naturally. Piece by piece, the doctors followed his instructions, not because of rank, but because nothing else worked. Minutes passed like hours. Then slowly, the numbers dropped. Heart rate steadied. Breathing improved. The child stopped shaking. The glow dimmed to almost nothing. One doctor whispered in disbelief. It is stabilizing. The alien mother collapsed into a chair. Tears of relief replaced fear. She looked at the man with wide eyes. The doctor stood silent. Their training had failed them. A maintenance worker had not. Behind them, unseen, the station AI watched. It recorded every signal, every change, every human decision. The AI flagged the incident as abnormal. Cross-species biological compatibility detected. Human intervention resulted in stabilization. Data packets moved through the station systems, bypassed civilian channels, entered restricted networks. Far above the medical wing, a classified alert formed, encoded and sealed. Sent beyond the station, the message traveled into deep space, toward receivers that had not activated in centuries. The final line of the message was short, clear, and impossible to ignore. Human compatibility confirmed. The station did not return to normal after the child stabilized. Instead, it grew tense and quiet, like it was holding its breath. Security levels increased without warning. Corridors closed. Civilian movement stopped. Then the ships arrived. Not small traders or patrol craft, but large shapes that blocked the stars. Station alarms sounded across every level. This time loud. This time urgent. Human residents gathered near screens. Faces pale. Voices shaking. News feeds activated automatically. Words like unknown fleet and unidentified power filled the air. Speculation spread faster than facts. Some said it was an invasion. Others said the station would be erased. Fear settled deep. The medical wing locked down completely. Guards stood at every entrance. Weapons ready. The alien mother watched silently, her face calm in a way that did not match the situation. She did not panic like the others. The man noticed this. He stood beside the child's bed, protective without thinking. A delegation arrived through controlled docking. Tall figures, armored not with metal, but light. Their presence alone pressed down on the room. They did not smile. They did not speak at first. The lead figure stepped forward. Its voice echoed inside every listener's mind, asking one question. Who touched the child? Guards turned toward the man instantly. Weapons raised. Orders shouted. The alien mother stepped between them. Her voice sharp now. Strong. She spoke in a language the station translators struggled to follow. The delegation reacted at once, lowering their weapons. The room changed. Fear shifted direction. The alien mother straightened her posture. Her hands stopped shaking. Her eyes held ancient confidence. She revealed the truth calmly. Her species was not weak, not lost. Long ago, they protected many worlds. They guided younger civilizations, shielded them from destruction. They vanished after betrayal, after allies turned on them out of fear and greed. They withdrew into silence. Since then, they watched quietly, testing other species through small moments. Not power, not technology, kindness. The delegation turned their attention back to the man. They did not threaten him. They observed him. They showed him recordings, moments from the station, moments from his life, times when he helped without reward, fixed systems late at night, shared food when he had little. They asked him why he helped the child, why he broke rules, why he stayed. The room waited for his answer. He did not speak of honor. He did not speak of destiny. He spoke simply. He said the child was scared. He said no one else helped. He said he would want someone to do the same for his own child. The delegation pressed further, asking what he expected in return. He shook his head, said nothing. They tested him again, showing him possible punishment, loss of work, loss of home. He did not beg. He did not argue. He asked one question only. Will the child live? The alien leader paused. The room felt heavy. The leader answered honestly, yes, because of you. Silence filled the space. Then something unexpected happened. The alien leader stepped forward, lowered its head, and knelt. The guards froze. The doctors stared. The station AI recorded everything. The leader spoke one word, a title not used in centuries. Guardian chosen. The room remained silent after the alien leader knelt. No one spoke. No one moved. The meaning of the moment settled slowly, like weight pressing into every heart. The alien delegation rose together. Their leader faced the humans calmly. No threat in their posture now. The truth began to unfold. Not shouted, not dramatic, but steady and clear. They explained that humans were different, not stronger in body, not faster in ships, not older in knowledge. Humans were unique in another way. Their biology allowed emotional bonding beyond their own species, without control, without dominance. Where other species bonded through hierarchy or force, humans bonded through care, through presence, through choice. The doctors listened closely. The guards lowered their weapons. Even the station AI adjusted its processing. The alien leader explained the bond formed during the treatment. The child did not just survive. It connected. During fear and pain, the child sensed safety, not from machines, not from systems, from the man. That bond triggered a response buried deep in alien blood, something that had not awakened in generations, something only possible through trust. The alien mother bowed her head, her voice quiet but strong. She confirmed the bond was real. It was rare, almost forgotten. Her species once searched the stars for such connections. But over time, fear replaced hope. Rules replaced empathy. They began watching instead, observing younger civilizations quietly. Humanity had been watched for a long time, from wars, from disasters, from moments of progress. But the real tests were small, almost invisible. A hungry stranger, a broken system, a crying child. Again and again, humans turned away, not because they were cruel, but because they were tired, busy, afraid of punishment. Most failed the test. The alien leader did not say this with judgment, only with honesty. Then they pointed to the man and said he did not fail. He did not help for reward. He did not help for praise. He helped because he could. The room shifted again. The weight felt different now. The man stood quietly, uncomfortable with attention, thinking only of his own child waiting at home. The alien child stirred softly on the bed, its breathing calm, its glow gone. The alien leader explained what this meant. The bond allowed safe cooperation, shared knowledge without harm, but it came with rules. No control, no ownership, only partnership. The delegation revealed they had reached out to Earth leaders, offering communication, offering protection, offering shared growth. Not weapons, not domination, a choice. But history was heavy. Earth governments remembered betrayal too, feared hidden control, feared weakness. The alien leader admitted the truth. Earth might refuse. Fear often spoke louder than hope. The man finally spoke. He asked what would happen to the child if Earth said no. The leader answered carefully. The child would live, but the bond would fade. A door would close, maybe forever. Silence returned, thick and painful. Outside the medical wing, news feeds continued to spread panic. Speculation grew wild. Inside, the future balanced on a quiet decision. The alien leader turned toward the man one last time, said his action had already changed more than he knew. Humanity had been tested, and one human had answered. Now the choice would be made on a much larger scale. Far away, Earth leaders debated behind closed doors. Fear on one side, opportunity on the other, and the stars waited. The debate did not stay on the station. It spread across space, all the way to Earth. Earth authorities gathered in secured rooms, screens filled with alien data, energy readings, ship designs. Voices rose. Some leaders saw danger. Others saw opportunity. They asked for technology, faster ships, stronger defenses, weapons that could end future wars. The alien delegation listened, their expressions unchanged. Their answer simple. No. They refused control. They refused trade built on fear. They explained again. They did not seek rulers. They did not seek soldiers. They wanted partners, protectors, those who would stand beside others, not above them. This answer divided Earth leaders. Some felt insulted. Others felt afraid. On the station, the man waited. He stayed near the medical wing, close to the child. He felt small in all of this. A maintenance worker pulled into decisions shaping worlds. The alien leader approached him quietly, away from cameras, away from guards. They offered him something unexpected, a role beyond the station, training, protection, a future with purpose, honor without worship, responsibility without chains. The man listened, but his thoughts were elsewhere. He pictured his own child at home, the untouched birthday meal, the candle burned down, the cards still folded on the table. He asked what the role would require. The leader answered honestly. Time, commitment, hard choices. The man nodded slowly, then asked if refusal was allowed. Always, the leader said. Silence followed, not heavy, but respectful. The man took a breath, then asked the only question that mattered to him. Will my child be safe? The alien leader did not answer at once. They looked toward the sleeping alien child, then toward the stars beyond the window. They spoke carefully, explaining that safety was never absolute, but belonging was stronger than walls. They explained what protection truly meant. Not guards, not weapons, community, connection, watching over one another. The man listened closely, his face calm, but his hands clenched. Earth leaders continued arguing far away, some pushing for advantage, some warning of loss. The alien leader turned back to the man, their voice firm now. Your child will never be alone again. The words landed softly, but carried weight beyond promises. They explained that bonds created through kindness extended outward, not just to one child, but to families, to futures. The alien species did not abandon those who protected others. They never had. The man closed his eyes briefly. He did not see stars or power. He saw his child smiling. He understood then. This choice was not about strength or control. It was about who humans chose to be. The alien leader stepped back, giving him time. Around them, the station felt different now. Less divided, less cold. Humans and aliens watched quietly, waiting not for orders, but for an example. The man stood there, a single father, a simple worker, holding a choice bigger than power. The man finally returned home long after the station lights dimmed. His steps were slow, his body heavy with exhaustion. He stood outside his door for a moment, expecting silence, expecting disappointment. He opened the door quietly. The room was dark except for a small light near the table. His child was asleep on the bed, curled up tightly, still wearing the clothes from earlier. On the table, the birthday meal waited, cold now, untouched. The candle had burned down completely. A thin line of wax hardened on the plate. The card sat beside it, still unopened. The man's chest tightened. He moved closer, careful not to wake the child. He picked up the card gently, reading the uneven letters slowly. Feeling every word, he sat beside the bed, watching his child sleep, wondering how close he came to breaking a promise forever. Outside the room, something felt different. The station no longer carried the same quiet distance. Through the small window, he could see movement. Humans and aliens stood together in corridors, talking, helping. No guards separating them. No fear in their posture. New screens played softly in the background, not with panic, but with calm explanation. The alien delegation had left, but not without change. New rules replaced old ones. Medical access opened. Shared responsibility established. Kindness written into protocol. A soft sound came from the doorway. The man turned, startled. The alien mother stood there, not alone this time. The child safe in her arms. She bowed her head slightly, a sign of respect, not submission. She stepped forward slowly, careful, gentle. She placed a small object on the table. Not gold, not technology. A simple symbol crafted from light and stone. A promise mark. She explained quietly that it meant protection, belonging, and shared future. Not just for him, but for his child. She thanked him, not with words of debt, but with certainty. She said his kindness had echoed farther than he knew. Through systems, through species. She said the station would never return to what it was. The man nodded, still unsure how one choice grew so large. The alien mother turned to leave, but paused. She looked at the sleeping child and smiled softly. The door closed gently behind her. The man sat down beside the bed again, this time closer. His child stirred, eyes opening slowly. They looked at the table, then at him. "You came back," the child said softly. The man smiled. "Yes," he said. "I am sorry I was late." The child looked at the cold meal, then shrugged. "It is okay. We can eat tomorrow." The man felt something break and heal at the same time. He pulled the child into a careful hug, holding on just a little longer. Outside, the station lights shifted to a softer tone, not divided by color or sector. A quiet signal moved through the system. Not an alarm, not a warning, a reminder. Humanity's greatest strength had not arrived in ships, or weapons, or power. It arrived in a hallway, in a moment of choice, when one tired human decided to care, even when no one else did, and the future changed because of it.